Today, we will test pliers from a variety of manufacturers and a variety of price ranges. All pliers are in the same dimension, 180 millimeters. The price between the most expensive and the cheapest differs by 30 times. Budget Chinese pliers. The cost is $3. At first glance, it is clear that the side cutters are not very sharp there. More expensive pliers, Yado, polished production. It costs $6. I've been looking for the Russian-made pliers for a very long time. For a long time, I searched for them on the instrumental marketplaces. I immediately got the impression that in Russia, maybe they don't produce them at all. But here, I found pliers manufactured by KWT. I found their official website and the plant. It seems it's located in Russia, but the price is not so low, for about $15. One of the most expensive pliers of German production, the company Knipex, worth about $25. Here they compare to others. And the most expensive pliers that only managed to find on sale are the American manufacturer, worth $50. They also have a very sharp side cutting part. Well, for a comparison, we'll also test the cheapest pliers that only have managed to find it in the fixed price. These are the pliers, now names, without no names, and their manufacturers are known. Their cost is about $1. And also, there are the old Soviet-made pliers. I managed to buy them at a flea market for about $2.50. Despite the fact that they are covered with rust, they are in very good technical condition. And so, first we'll conduct a side cutter test. How will these pliers cope with the snack in a 4mm steel nail? For the sake of the interest, I try to conduct this test without the help of a hydraulic press. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough muscle strength to bite through such a nail. Here I noticed that one of the cheapest, no names, there was a specific nail mark. That is, the dent was left not on the nail, but on the pliers. With the help of other pliers, it was possible to mold the nail well, and here, with the help, I don't know, maybe I have to put more effort there. Therefore, now we'll conduct a more objective comparative test. With the help of a hydraulic press and a load cell attached to it, we will determine with an accuracy of 1 kilogram what effort will be required to bite the nail with which each of the pliers. For this test, the less effort, the lower shows, the better the pliers. The first pliers in the queue are the cheapest ones with no names. No names broke a load of 112 kilograms. The nail was too much for them. The next in line are Chinese pliers for about $3. The pliers bit a nail with a load of 168 kilograms. Whether it's a lot or little is still unknown, but this is already at least better than the cheapest no names. And so, the next in line are pliers for about $6 of polished production. The nail gave up with a load of 165 kilograms. This is slightly better than the Chinese ones, but such a run-up is within the measurement error. And so, the next in line are pliers, seemingly of Russian production, for about $25. The nail gave up at a load of 145 kilograms. So far, this is the best result. And now is the turn of the expensive German pliers, Knipex, for about $25. The nail gave up at a load of 118 kilograms. This is a very good indicator. They also visually show that the side cutters are very sharp. Well, the most expensive pliers for $50, Milwaukee, USA. Almost the same indicator as the German, 120 kilograms. Well, finally, for comparison, let's see what the result the old Soviet pliers will show. $231 kilograms. Perhaps this is the worst indicator, unless of course you count the no names. They didn't bite the nail at all, but broke. As you can see, the German and American pliers show the best result. By the way, for maximum objectivity of the test, the distance from the hinge of the pliers to the point of the application of the load, we try to maintain the same distance. Well, now, the most favorite part of the experiment is the destruction test. Let's check which of the pliers are the most durable ones. In this test, the more sensor shows the load, the better. The stronger the pliers, the first in line are the Chinese pliers for $3. The load gave up at 234 kilograms. By the way, the Soviet pliers with the same load bit a nail. Yato, Poland, for $6. $282 kilograms. This is much better than the Chinese ones. The Chinese were broken the handle and the Polish a claw. The next in line are pliers for $12, seemingly made in Russia. The handle of the pliers with the load of 318 kilograms bursted. German pliers for $25. It broke at a load of 338 kilograms. The handle also bursted. So far, this is the best result. What kind of load will the most expensive American-made pliers, Milwaukee, withstand? $453 kilograms, and they didn't burst. At first glance, they even retained some kind of integrity. Although they did not burst, they still received significant damage. Specifically, the hinge joint was damaged. But despite this gap in deformation, they withstood the load of almost half a ton. This is almost twice as much as the Chinese and the Polish ones. What kind of load will the old Soviet pliers withstand, which in the first test, for the ease of cracking a nail, proved to be alright, but not so good? $366 kilograms. This is the worst in Milwaukee, but more than the German pliers, which cost about 20 times more. During this test, all pliers received such damage, after which they're not suitable for further operation. Although the most expensive ones, Milwaukee, can still somehow cope with their function, well, of course, we're not talking about any nail biting anymore. And, as I said, let's go back to the pliers, presumably of Russian production. The website says that they're made in Russia. But, for some reason, it says on the label that they're made in Taiwan. Therefore, after all, these are not Russian pliers, but Taiwanese ones. So, in Russia, it seems like they don't produce pliers at all. Yes, of course, with the name of Cybertech. Yes, of course, pliers with Cybertech, Bison, Caliber can be found on sale, but they have nothing to do with Russia. It's all China. And the pliers from the fixed price, which are entitled, turn out to be so crappy that even with the naked eye you can see they're not made of steel, but judging by the characteristics dark gray color of cast iron. This is more not like pliers, but some kind of parody of forgery of pliers. Who was in this topic? Write in the comments. Maybe you know, and maybe, really, they are Russian-made pliers, or they're not really made in Russia. And also write in the comments which of your opinion pliers show themselves better in these tests, and the price-quality ratio. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel who hasn't subscribed to it yet.